Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So, we're continuing on with our Evening Star Chain 1. So our next quest is actually bestowed by Cormal Haythorn. And they bestow a quest called the Lost Thread. So again, for this quest, we are back out in Evening Star. Or rather, back out in King's Forest for a long run. Now, if you just done impossible demands, you can actually head down the waterfall, kind of south here, and that waterfall will lead you, just take the water and it'll actually lead you almost all the way to the quest. Or if you're like myself, and we're all the way over here, we can just head a different direction here. Just head south. But yeah, so if you are at impossible demands, again, just head a little bit further south. There will be a waterfall. Just follow the water current. Not only is there, it's there, but that current will help push you towards the quest that you need. And follow the current almost all the way. Ooh, there's one of our spike traps. And it will take you, like I said, 95% of the way to the quest. At one point, it does have a fork in the river. If you reach that fork, just head on the left side. And actually, we'll be able to show you somewhat here. As you see, we're reaching the same path here as we took with impossible demands. So here we go. Again, back on that same path. Now, off to our right here, or straight ahead. Underneath that little tree bridge, we can have a dragon spawning. And as I love to kill dragons, I'm gonna just run up here and check. Now, an easy way to check is just watch your map for a coin to appear. We did not get one. Another giveaway that it's not up is you'll have enemies spawning on that little island there. So, 2 runs, no luck, but not that big of a deal. Now you will see here the pit coverings. I was mentioning them in a previous video. So anytime you see those giant piles of leaves, watch out, as it may just be a pit trap. Alright, so normally in order to get to impossible demands, you would follow the road up there and just kind of follow it. Obviously, because we're not going to that quest specifically, I'm just going to head directly south, which will lead to that water that I was talking about. So there's the water. The waterfall is just further that direction there. But rather than heading up and around to hop down the waterfall, I'm just going to hop into the water right here. So as you see, even without touching anything on the keyboard here, it is pushing us forward. So then moving in the water, it does, of course, speed that up. So here's that split. Now for this first split here, again, we just want to head off to the left. And just follow the path here. So you can, of course, head straight to the quest. But again, this water is really, really nice. As again, it'll lead you all the way from impossible demands just south there, right up to the pond, and we're right around the corner from the quest, which is actually just across this little stump bridge there. I say tree stump, but I mean it's more of a hollowed out giant oak style tree. And here we go. So first thing, of course, you want to get your buffs going. And then you're going to head deeper. Now, I do want to show you some optional bonus here that you can do. So let him turn down the DM narration again a little bit. Alright, so inside this quest, there are going to be slavers. The slavers are going to kind of be hidden. You're going to have these collared slaves. Now, you can kill everybody, of course. But if you focus solely on the slavers, it will pacify everyone else, making it super easy. Once you do that, you can actually unlock or use various amounts of skills to actually save them. Now, saving them does offer experience. Don't worry, though, if you kill them, because there's a couple areas in here where you can actually keep getting the same person and saving him over and over, and I'll definitely show you that so that you can get the full bonus even if you are killing them, so you don't have to worry about saving them. So once you free these ones, or if you fail the skill check, they will die. You're going to want to activate the dropped satchel. It'll open the door back here, and again do the same thing, spawn in a bunch of guys. Now, I am just focusing on the slaver just because it is faster to kill one enemy rather than 5. Alright, now that's done. As well, in this corner here, in the other corner, we're going to just have a couple of breakables. So go ahead and grab them. And of course these ones here as well. And then we're going to continue down the path. Now right at the first turn here, we do have 2 directions to head. If we head south, we have a hidden door. Right at the corner here, we are going to have a bunch of bear traps. And do I still have my evasion? No, I do not. Oh, I love when that takes it off of me. So yeah, there is a current bug with the game where, as you see, I am in the Shadow Dancer, and Shadow Dancer tier 5 is you have evasion. Unfortunately, what happens is if I get exhausted or the game just feels like it, sometimes I'll load into a quest and I do not have it. So if at any point it's removed through exhaustion, knockdown, anything like that that normally doesn't qualify to evasion, it will remove it. One thing that sometimes works is re-equipping an armor that normally evasion would work with, which unfortunately did not work for us. But yeah, so once we get to this point here, we will see a little rope trap and some notifications. Now, even if you don't touch the rope and jump well over it, which I will do here, the traps themselves still activate. Alright, as you can see here, they're just all over the place with no actual trap box. Now, as you will see as we're going through here, if you're wondering about the evasion, it is saying I have reflex saves. I am making my save, but I'm still taking that damage. Now, I'm not wearing any gear that would restrict it. I am in light armor. I am in a light load, so there is no reason that it wouldn't be, but it's, for whatever reason, it bugs a lot. And yeah, it's just something you gotta watch out for. Now, as you will see with the spiders here, we did get one of the event champions from a few months back. That is because for us, and at the time of recording it, it is actually just day 6 of the event. So as you see, I'm releasing one video a day. So some days I do record quite a few more. then the 1. In fact, enough that, well, this is day 5 of the event. Or, sorry, day 6 of the event. Alright, now at this point we do have a secret door lever. This will lead into our next kind of boss fight here. So I'm going to point that out and I'll show you the other path there. Now the main reason to come down this path is, 1, a couple extra kills. But at the top of this ladder here, we are going to have some breakables. You can also use the secret door lever here, which will open up and drop you into a shrine. So at this point I'm going to now make my way back. Alright. So aside from this path, if you don't decide to head through there and go through that secret lever, you can actually head back and go north here. Now in this room there will be 3 slavers. Again, don't necessarily worry about the slaves. Just worry about the slavers. Now, a lot of times, as you see, they like to kind of hide and control their slaves from the shadows. Now, there are only 3 slaves here. If you happen to kill these 3 slaves, it'll just open the next door, and then the next door, and the next door. So it's kind of annoying. Now we have this door here. So if we had gone back, this was that first secret lever for that first kind of little mini boss fight. Now what you want to do is you do want to take this guy out as fast as possible, as the longer he is alive, the more enemies is actually going to spawn in. And how he does this is he's going to run over to these bookshelves here, and he's going to interact with them. Now when he finishes interacting, it will summon a wave of enemies. Depending on which bookshelf he goes is actually what type of enemies he will spawn in. It could be anything from the armor scrolls here, or to, as you'll see here in just a minute. Nope, didn't get them. So you can get salamanders, you can get elementals. Just toss on some of this. As you can see, they can dish out a little bit of damage, so just watch yourself that you don't get too many summoned at once. Now, what I used to do personally is I would open up and go through the trap path, and so I would go through the trap path, making sure I have evasion, and I would essentially stand in the traps, letting the traps also deal damage to these guys, because if you're standing there, they will get hurt by those flame jets. Alright, so from here, we do have a chest. Inside the chest is going to be a key. You do need to pick up that key, as it is required to head deeper in. We also have a cell lever. This will just open up the cells here. Now when we hit that lever, all these people in the inside that we've already saved, we can actually go ahead and resave them. And then of course, save everyone else here. Now as you'll see, there is a third optional to again continue saving these villagers, as be a real hero and save them. Now again, if you happen to kill them all, not a big deal. There is a point where you can actually rescue the same villager enough times to get the full op. Alright. So here's our shrine room if that's needed. And I wish I can get rid of that bat. And there was that secret door we opened to get up those breakables. Now, if you didn't happen to get the breakables or head down that path, you can still get the breakables by using blast damage kind of at that corner. And it'll still give you those breakables there. Now from this point, we do want to continue north through the door. Now in order to unlock this door, that's where you need that key. So even if you try to skip past running right to the shrines, you still can't bypass this door until you get the key. Now in this room, right in front of us here, we are going to have some spell words. And there's also going to be some spell words leading up the ramp. However, directly above us, by the cell levers here, we are also going to have several archers. So we do just got to watch out. And typically you want to have someone get the aggro of the archers, not being the trapper, unless of course you plan on just killing them. The reason being is, again, the ramp up is trapped, which I will get after we kill these guys. So if you are the trapper and you're getting hit, obviously it makes it quite a bit harder to disable those in a timely fashion to allow your melee up there safely. But me being ranged, I typically just head into the corner and take them out. So here we are, we're going to grab the rest of those spell wards. So there's those ones, and then these two up top. And thank God that bat is gone. Alright, up top here, we do have a few levers. Gate control 1, 2, and 3. And then we have cell lever. So the only one here we actually need to pull is gate lever 1. That'll open up that door there. Now, this cell lever will actually open up this cell right here. Now, this is where it gets fun and where you can actually farm these out here. So you have one member of the party or a hireling stand at the cell lever there, and you can actually save these two people. As you're doing that, you want to pull the lever. It'll relock you in here. Pulling the lever again will open the door and actually allow you to resave these villagers. So if you have two players and not a hireling, you can actually have one guy essentially constantly pulling that cell lever and the other guy just sitting here freeing the slaves over and over, and it goes by really, really quick. Now another method to saving multiples super fast is if you have multiple members of your party, I'll talk to him and open up this window. Once they have the window open, each member can actually click to disable or save them. And if each one successes, it will give you count on each one. This will also work out in some of the Slayer areas that it does involve the slaves here, such as the Underdark. And there we go. We have our full bonus, as you see, an easy 5,700 experience, not including, 2,200, 1,100 there. So it adds up real quick. Like, there's a lot of optionals, and just looking at that there's 11,000, 13, 14, we'll say almost 15,000. And again, done super easy. So from here, again, we just want to pull gate control lever 1. Then we're going to head down here. Now we're going to pull gate control 4, which will open up, swap the positions here. In here we are going to have a a war wizard. Now if we only kill the slaver here, you can actually save the war wizard which will award you additional experience by just saving them another 2,000 there. From here, we want to again pull gate lever 4, which will just reopen that path there. And then we want to pull gate lever 6 and 5. And that'll open us up here. Now, if you do want to get into these side paths to rescue them or whatever, it gets a little bit more complicated. But essentially, the path to actually make it through is all levers starting in the up position. You want to pull number 1, 5, and 6. So number 2, 3, and 4 stay in their upright position. Number 1, 5, and 6 go in the down position, and that will actually open you all the way through to the next room. Now once here, we will have a spawn of enemies. So as you see, super easy, and just follow the path. Now, as we get here, we're going to come across to this room. And again, we're going to have some archers kind of sitting at the top of the ramp. There are going to be spell wards between you and them. Now the spell wards will spawn on one or the other side. So if you have multiple people running up, either send one first and then check what side they're on. Which is easy. If he gets hit by traps, it's on that side. If he doesn't get hit by traps, it's not on that side. And by side, it's just the barrier here in the center. So it's either to the right of this barrier or to the left of the barrier that has the traps. So just watch yourself. Now I, again, as a ranger, just take them out from down here, employing my lovely jumping technique, which really helps to avoid that damage. Once they're dead, I'll head up and see which side. So as you see, they're on this side. So this side all the way up is safe. But of course we want to save these spell wards, or disable them. There we go. So now in this room here, we do have a whole bunch of collared slaves at the back. And then a named taskmaster. As you see, he has 29,000. So honestly, not that much for these guys at this level range. For a kind of a mini boss fight. In here, we'll also have colored Anna. Now, these individuals, these normal colored slaves, you can kill. However, Anna, you cannot. So even if you reduce her hit points to essentially 0, she's going to heal herself back up. So she is immortal. Don't worry about hurting her using your AoEs. Now, during the time, she will be attacking you, so you do need to watch out. Now, a good way, if you are looking to get the full conquest in here, is to actually kill every single slave, other than those 2 in that room that I had just shown. Sometimes there's only 1. But yeah, you would kill every other slave before killing the slave masters. This will just ensure that you get the most amount of kills. Now once you're done, as we already have the bonus, I'm not going to worry about going through and saving them.
Please, get this collar off of me.
The one we do need to save is Anna. Now when you first talk to her, it's going to kind of release a giant sneeze, as it's called. It's a very magical sneeze. And yeah. So it's going to do a little blast. It will do a knockdown. And that's it. After that initial knockdown, just talk to her again. And she's going to run up. So here's that sneeze. And there we go. Now as we're leaving, down at the bottom here, we are going to have some slavers. And at the door, as you see, we also have some slaves. Now, Anna will actually assist in fighting. And again, if she dies, she can't actually die. She'll just go into a protective bubble, heal herself, and continue on. But again, here's some slavers there, or some slaves. Kill the slavers. Slaves become passive, and just run on by them. Now these ones, I oftentimes stop to actually disable regardless, or I'll use the unskilled to kill them. Just to make sure that we have nothing coming up behind us. As this room right here will spawn in some more slavers, and if a slaver gets too close to slaves that don't have a master, he'll take them for his own. So there are 2 slavers. After the slavers are dead, again, you can save colored villagers. You'll also notice here we got 1 colored villager who still is under someone's control, and that person is actually in this room here. Now this is a locked door. There is no key. You just gotta simply pick it or use open lock, knock, anything like that. Inside, again, we have a cell lever. Pulling it will free the slaves, and we can actually go through and free them. Now as you're doing that, at the back this guy's gonna open the door. I like to do this because those freed slaves may actually assist you in fighting. Kind of serve as a distraction while you are killing the slavers. And here we are once we're done. The rest of them go inert. Now, at the far south room, we do have some breakables. Which, again, if you are wanting to get that full breakable bonus, you do need to go in there and grab them. We also need to head up top here and go around a ring to grab the breakables. So, we got some there. And we're going to have some of this back wall here as well. Now once we have all those, you can just hop down, and we're actually going to continue behind the altar here, kind of the skewed secret door that was never closed all the way.
It looks like there's something strange about the wall behind the altar.
It's brave of you to stay so close.
Alright, seems our buffs are running out, so
Might kill you, like the drow.
let's rebuff.
Do you think Elminster might help me control it? I'll be sure to ask him.
Alright, so heading through, again we're going to have a couple of paths that we can take. Now if you choose to head straight across, again, a few breakables, so again I do recommend as well, you can get some armored skeletons appearing here. Or those armored weapons animated there. And then we're just going to head south here. Now again, same thing. So here's those animated armors. Does seem Anna is back here. She might either be stuck or, yeah, it seems she's actually fighting some enemies here. So if you notice on the map, she does have a little marker. Just make sure she is following you here. Every now and then you may have to re-talk to her to get her to follow. Alright, so off to our left, immediately we do have a couple of breakables, and as you see, dead end. We need to head here. Now, as you'll notice, right now, we do have a full trap bonus. However, as soon as I open this door and step in here, start disabling the traps, that drops down to tamper. So you do need to watch out, and if you do come in here, even though I already had Ingenious, make sure you go back and re-disable so that you can re-gate that Ingenious bonus. There we go. From there, go ahead and loot your chest. Just random loot, nothing special. Now I personally, I like to finish disabling all the traps. Oh, missed one. Just extra parts and just ensure that we are going to stay at Ingenious. Now from the secret door, we can head south. And that'll be up the ramp. Now we can again head down. You'll see a couple of guys here. Go ahead and take them out. Again, Anna will assist if she gets hit. Basically, if she gets pulled into the fight, she's like, okay, fine, I'll help you. And then we're going to continue around the corner here. We will have a few more breakables. And a few more of these armored, or animated armors. From here, grab our other breakables. And then backtrack. And we're going to continue heading up the ramp here, which will lead through another secret door. Now here it's going to lead to a shrine location. She will point out that if we get separated, to back here. So if you talk to her here, and we have this option, we can backtrack, teleport to the last rest shrine. That'll be this location here. As well, we can also rest. So actually, I'm going to save that because I have Death Ward going. So we'll head through here, and right around the corner immediately, we have some guys. So anytime she comes into that room, as you notice, she does repeat that. And then we're just going to go ahead and head through. Now we can pull this lever here, which will backtrack us back to this room. Kind of a quick path. And then we're going to head around. And again, we're going to have another spawn of those little spider guys. But as you see, they have just over 1,000 hit points. Some of them just over 2,000. Typically, they're not too dangerous. So again, in large numbers, anything can be dangerous enough. There we go. And just continue down the path. Now once we continue, we are going to come to this barrier here. This is actually going to be the end fight room. So as you'll notice, we don't yet have Ransack, and we do still have Anna. Now, you can choose to tell her to head back to the shrine, or you can just bring her into the fight. Again, she is kind of immortal and can't die, so dealer's choice. Now, in here, there's going to be a Drider there. He is the end boss, but before we get to him, he's going to open up these cages for us to fight all these guys here, as well as open up a door here. Now, inside this door, kind of at the back, there are some breakables. So, with doing this on Reaper, do be careful. There are a lot of these side rooms, and Reapers suck. You also notice they don't exactly wait until one group is down to summon in the other groups. Also at the back of this room, we're going to have some other breakables, which, there we go. Did I get them there? Nope. There we go. And as you see, we now have Ransack. Now, I do want to warn you of killing these enemies too quickly. So if you're just doing it like Epic Normal, for example, and you're one-shotting these enemies, that can actually be super, super dangerous and cause the quest to bug. If you kill them too quickly, it will never register them as them having spawned in. As such, it will never start spawning in the next wave of enemies. And you'll just be stuck with a gate that won't ever open and such. So yeah, just watch yourself. Now as you're going, as you see, we have a whole bunch of enemies. Just watch yourself, because again, lots of enemies, bad things can happen super quick. Now, once you have the trash defeated, or mostly defeated, the boss will drop down his barrier and proceed to, you know, hey, it's my turn. When it does this, oop, leg, that's not good. Definitely just finish killing the trash first, in my opinion, as it doesn't actually respawn. Oh, there it goes. So we still got these guys. It doesn't actually respawn any enemies. So once the trash is defeated, it's literally just you and the boss. Alright, so here we go. So as you see, the boss here does hit a little bit harder, has a little bit more hit points, so just be careful when fighting them. Typically it's good to get a tank and just have the tank deal with. Now, there used to kind of be a stuck spot right here that would kind of force him to use spells rather than his melee. As you see, that's been since actually fixed. However, it does still take him usually a moment or two to really figure out what's going on. And you know what? Right now he's on the hireling. Let's let him stay on the hireling. Oh, that was good. Once the boss is dead, that will be it. It will be quest completion. go. So as you see, 102,000 for this. It took us 35 minutes. It's not too terrible. At this point, go ahead and grab your loot. Now there can be some named loot located in the chest. Honestly, not really worth re-rolling. And then of course our event chest. From here, all that's left is to recall out and turn in. So if this is the last of your 3, again, you do want to recall, as the last part is in town. And we'll get to that in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.